Hello everybody, Goes Mac here, and today I'm going to go through my settings in GTA Online and some of my, just my settings, my dead zones, my sensitivities, and stuff like that. So we're going to be, in this area. We're near Trevor's Airfield, and we're going to be testing out some of my settings and stuff, and my settings and stuff. So this is on Xbox One, so this should work. Some of these stats and stuff, or some of these settings and stuff, should work on PS4, PS3, and Xbox 60, of course. Xbox 60 and PS3 don't have first person, so you could just take all the first person stuff out, and some of the settings may not work on those. And this should work on PC, maybe not my control schemes, because of course if you're using keyboard and mouse, your controls will probably have like key bindings and stuff. But some of these stuff may work for you guys. We're also going to go for your audio, camera, display, maybe my online options as well, but there's not really anything there. So let's go for my controls. So we're gonna be showing controls for on foot third person, I guess. Let's go vibration. Actually, I'm in free aim. Just keep that in mind. Some of these may be different if you don't play in free aim, but I am in free aim right now. So vibration, I turn that off, and I don't really like vibration. Whenever I'm shooting and stuff, it just throws me off. So we got invert look. If you don't know what this is basically. Okay, so I'm gonna take out my gun. This is what invert look is. Right now, I'm use my right thumbstick. Right now, I'm actually pulling my thumbstick down, and it's looking up. So it's just inverted. Left and right is still fine, but if you look up and down, it yeah, I don't like that at all. I'm just not used to it, so I disable invert look. Third person control type and first person controls type. You guys probably know what third person controls type is. I just use standard. I feel like I can move around with it. I'm just used to it since just ever since the game has been out. I've been using this in third person, and X is X is jump and roll and stuff, and you can get in cover easily, and just I like it a lot more. Now, the first person, what I use is standard first FPS 2. So what I'm used with standard FPS 2, let me show you guys what it is. So this is standard FPS 2. So you got basically what it changes is A is to jump, and RB is to sprint, and you can just use some of the, if you're on PlayStation 4, and this should be very similar, just change up your controller. Just like instead of A, you'd have X and stuff like that. So basically, RB is to sprint. Now, the reason why I use this in first person is because I'll have my index finger on my RB, and then I'll have my middle finger on my my RT. So say I'm running towards an enemy, I can start shooting pretty easily. I can get out of there. I can press A to jump. Now, if I press A to jump, I'll have to take off my thumb off of my right thumbstick, so you gotta keep that in mind if you want to jump. And you can also roll pretty easily. X is cover, I believe. Yes, X is cover. So if we go to settings, I just use that. Now, the reason I use standard and have them different is whenever I'm in third person, I like to roll a lot and jump a lot, just because I try to stay mobile. So let's say I'm running around. I like to roll a lot. You have to kind of roll strategically. You don't want to just roll every time you see an enemy. But let's say you see multiple enemies. You want to roll and throw them off. You can also jump. I usually like that. So what I'll say I'm in aiming. If I want to jump, well, I have to wait for my gun to lower. But if I press A, I start running. I can jump easily. So I can just press A and then press X right afterwards, and it works. So if I just keep pressing A, it will start running, and I can put my gun down, and I won't have this aiming. So usually the way I'll play is I'll usually have my RT slightly pulled, so I can hip fire and move pretty easily. And in first person, I'll usually do the same. Don't usually keep my gun out just because of how it kind of blocks your screen a bit. And that will depend on your FOV, which we will go into. But Usually I aim down sights, or usually aim down like this more in first person than if I do in third person. So yeah, I keep that like that. First person, third person aim and sensitivities. These are all my sensitivities. You can copy these if you want. I'm not going to go into dead zones and accelerations. You can do that if you want, but I usually like to keep my sensitivity pretty high and have dead zones and stuff all around, so that, you know, if I aim down sights, I can move to his head, or something like that. But I'm not limited to the way I play. And I usually keep my look around sensitivity pretty high, so it's, say, you know, I see somebody behind me, I can look around, start shooting them pretty easily, which is what I like to do. So controls, you guys can just copy these if you want, but I'm not really going to go into them because I could talk about them for a long time, and I don't want this video to be too long. So we got allow movement when zoomed, yes. Alternate handbrake control. This is, if I show you guys, let's go in vehicle third person. You see in vehicle, if I change this, you will see RB is duck, and then if I change, if I turn it off, then A will be duck. If I enable it, A would be handbrake. So what I use with this is, actually, it probably wouldn't work well with this vehicle. Let's get this Audi over here, and let me show you guys what I mean. So like if I'm going around in this car, which just hopefully we don't get cops on me. That wouldn't work out well. So let's say I'm in this car. I could press, I have my middle finger on my RT, and I can kind of press RB, kind of drift a little bit, and you know, brake pretty easily. And then I'll have my, of course, my left hand where my LT would be, so I can kind of brake two ways. If you press RB, you're gonna lose a bit of control more than if you just press LT, but I still like that. So let's go into my next stat, which is audio. I turn off radio, keep radio off most of the time just because of copyright. So whenever I'm, you know, recording a video, I don't like audio on. Sound effects, I keep that kind of high. I keep music pretty low. Dialogue boost, I guess I keep that medium. We got voice chat, I retain radio volume. This, if you fade, it's like whenever somebody talks in your, I think it also, if it's game chat, I think it also works if it's party. It may not, I don't know, because I don't have the radio volume on, so I just retain it. I don't really like the radio to be lower. Output, I use headphones. I just like the sound of it. There's not too much of a difference. Allow independent camera modes. Basically what this is, if I get in a car right now, so let's say I'm in first person, I'm running around, I get in a car, I'm not going to press anything. Look at this. I'm not pressing anything, it will go to third person. Now I don't like this because of, I guess, two reasons. One is whenever you get out, you're going to be in first person, and whenever I'm in third person in a vehicle, I don't want to have to go back into first person, which I just don't like. Also, it doesn't go into first person whenever you do that. So what I usually do is go and just change it myself. I don't like the game to kind of tell me what I should, you know, what I'm gonna change. So I just don't like that. So we got, next is vehicle camera height. So if you see this right now, let's actually show it like this. So this is the low camera. I usually keep it high for the most part, just because in races and stuff, it just looks better in my opinion. I just like it more because you can see a bit more. You can move your camera up if you want to see around you. I usually, you know, keep it about maybe this camera mode or this, so like I can just drive around easily. I can move my camera easier, and that's what I'll do. Of course, I'm off road right now, so it's, yeah. So settings, will go back into camera. So first person all of camera, I don't know what this is actually, to be honest. I don't know what it changes. I just keep it on. I think that was one of the newer additions, and well, I think the Heist update, maybe the Festive Surprise, they added this, but I can't notice any difference, so I just keep it on. Tell me in the comments if you know what that does. Field of view, let me show you guys this. So if I change my field of view, can I? No, guess I can't. Actually, I can. So settings, we go camera. If I do field of view, you will see my camera. This is like, yeah, I don't like this field of view. Sure, you can see stuff in front of you. Just, I don't know. It's just, I feel like a sense of, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't feel right whenever you're in this close to your field of view. I don't like it like that. So I usually keep it out a bit. Turn that back on. I usually keep it around here. You could stretch it all the way out, but I usually keep it about this area, these 3 areas around there. I usually keep it about around here. So first person ragdoll on, first person combat roll on. I don't like it to switch because it kind of throws me off. Like, let's say I'm running around and I see some enemies. If I want to roll, it kind of just throws me off because then it'll put you back in first. Like if it went, and whenever I rolled it went into third person, I wouldn't mind that. But since it puts you back in first person, it just throws me off a little bit, so I don't keep that. I guess that's, the only reason if you would want that is maybe if you get nauseous whenever you roll, and if you don't like it. Same with ragdoll. First person head bobbing. This is a big thing. This is a big thing actually. So if I enable it, and I see a lot of people, they have this enabled. If you enable it, and this is something that, like, I cannot stand at all. So if you see me running right now, you see like kind of this shakiness whenever I'm running. It's a little bit like a shake. Your gun moves around. I cannot stand this at all. Like it just feels like it's way too much. It's kind of like, I guess if you ran, it's just, I don't like it. So let's say like this window right here is an enemy, and I'm running down here. Of course, this isn't the most even of ground, but just for a demonstration. So if I'm running down here, I have to run through all this. If I have to aim, it's kind of, it's just hard for me to keep my target on track, especially if he's running around. It's just kind of hard for me to keep on track because of all this shakiness, and too much is happening on screen whenever I'm running. It also just doesn't look that great in my opinion. So if we disable it, we do the same thing. This only affects first person as well. It's not an option on last gen and stuff. But okay, so I can keep my target. I can kind of, know where he will be, and I can just track him. Of course, you have your weapon shaking around, which you may want to just lower it, and then you can start shooting and do pretty good. So I just disabled that. It's a big thing that I see a lot of people enable it. I guess maybe if you want it to be a little bit more immersive. I don't like it. Cover, I keep this enabled just because I guess maybe you could, but whenever you take out of cover, you can't switch your view in cover as well, so you can't go into first person while you have this enabled. I don't like it. I mean, I guess it would give you an advantage if you actually go into cover, but I rarely ever go into cover most of the time. So I just camera, first person, third person cover, I have it off. Also, I just kind of like shooting guns like this. Yeah, it looks kind of cool whenever you do that. So let's go next into, we already done camera, display. So display is pretty big. Most of these stuff is only on next gen and I guess PC. There will probably be a lot more options on PC as well. So radar on, HUD on. I don't know why you'd want those off unless you're like recording something where you didn't want HUD on your screen. Okay, so weapon target complex. Now, if you use simple, I don't like simple because, like, let's say I'm aiming towards the sky. You can just see, like, if I'm aiming towards the sun, it's hard to see. Of course, you're probably not going to be aiming in the sky too much. But, like, if I'm just running around, especially towards the desert areas and stuff, it's just hard to see, especially on, like, white background stuff. It's just harder to see. You also don't get a spread. So, like, say we're aiming this gun. This weapon doesn't have too much of a spread, but let's say, you see kind of that spread on those bullets. This weapon isn't the greatest to show off of that because the spread isn't that much and it doesn't have much recoil. But if we go display complex, it will change up for each weapon. So you can kind of see like your thing kind of moves a little bit. So it starts shooting. Just like you can see it kind of spreads out. It's better to show on like a weapon with higher recoil. Let's do a Gusenberg Sweeper. So you can see it kind of spreads out the complex. So if you go to pistols, it'll be like this. SMGs are like this. I don't really like the SMG look of these. I would honestly rather have like I would honestly rather have the assault rifle for the SMGs, like the assault rifle reticle. Snipers are like this. Shotguns are like this. Which I don't really like shotguns as well, but I don't really use shotguns. And also with grenade launchers and stuff, I just like this more because it kind of shows more of where your gun will be. So I just like it more. And yeah. Okay, so let's go settings. I just keep that complex. Simple reticle size. I don't use simple, so I don't care about that. GPS route, yes. Expanded radar. If I enable this, I don't like this at all because it takes up too much of your screen. Now, why I would like to have my radar a bit bigger than the actual small one. If you look at it, it just, why do I need to have the like half of the map on my screen? You know, like why would I? Like, I mean, you can still pull it up. Like if you press down on a D-pad twice, it will pull up. So I don't know why you'd want to have this. Like, the only time I ever, like, pull up my big mini-map is, like, if I need to know, okay, where are the enemies in free roam? That's it. Like, I mean, maybe if I want to go drive around, maybe you could use expanded radar, because you'd have your GPS route, but for actual, like, deathmatches and stuff, I don't keep expanded radar. Player overhead display, I keep on. Safe zone size, that depends on whatever you use. I mean, it doesn't really change too much. In-game depth of field effects, this is a big thing as well. This is next gen only, I believe. I haven't seen it on next gen unless they added it in. So in-game depth of field effects. So let's use this car. If I'm aiming at this car, you will see in the background it's kind of blurry, but if I take off of that, you'll see the background is kind of, what I'm aiming at just looks better. I hate it. Like on next gen, I hated this so much because like, if there's an enemy over there, it's hard to see him because all the cacti and all that over there, and all the stuff over there. Like if I'm aiming at this, I'm shooting at a guy. It would be so hard for me to see a guy over there. But if I disable it, and say that car, there's a guy on that car, or there's a guy over there. If I turn it off, I could see, okay, there's a guy over there. So once I start shooting at this guy, I could snap to him, take that off. Also, it sucks for sniping. Like, if I have it enabled, you see, if I go in-game depth of field effects, if I'm sniping at this guy, I can't see a guy over there. I wouldn't be able to see a guy over there. I guess it does look kind of nice, especially if you want to just know, okay, this guy, if you don't want to be distracted by anything else. But I don't like it. It's especially worse in first person. It's just, turn that off. Motion burst strength. This was a new feature as well, I think. I don't like motion blur ruin, so, I mean, it doesn't change up too much. It's mostly, like, motion blur, like, in a vehicle and stuff. So I just keep it, off. Screen kill effects, this is something that I guess I could show, actually. So let's find an enemy, and, let's try and find an enemy over here. So, hopefully I don't get cops. So let me show you guys. So there's going to be this small flash on my screen once I kill this guy. So let me kill him. He didn't die. Okay, so you see kind of that flash on your screen. Let me show it again. I'll just call Lester to get the cops off of me. So you see kind of that flash on your screen. It's especially, it's just, maybe not in this area, it doesn't show off that well. But I just keep it on just because I like it. I mean, it kind of notifies me that I did kill somebody, in which call Lester, so I don't have these cops on me. But we're almost done with this. We're almost done with my settings and stuff. Let's just call Lester. Remove wanted level. Probably if I shoot again, then we're probably going to have to deal with other cops. But let's go display. Subtitles I keep on. I don't know why you wouldn't want subtitles. I just like them. Notifications. Save and start up Facebook. I don't use that, so I don't care about those notifications and stuff. So let's see, what other options can I do? Enable passive, player mood. I just keep player mood normal. Allow spectators on, I guess. I don't have anybody spectating me, really. Matchmaking open, spawn location, last location, player rank title. I just keep default. I don't really care about somebody's crew, so I just keep default. Bed ops format, kill yourself, player overhead display, name, I keep name. And then remain host after next job, vote screen on, and GTA Online version 1.26. So yeah, those are all my stats. I guess this, if you guys want to mimic these and copy them, then you can. I don't, Of course, if you're on PC or something, or you probably get more options if you're on PC. I guess PC you may get more FOV options and more options in general. You'd get like resolution and like actual foliage and stuff, which you can mess around yourself. Because that will depend on like how powerful your PC is. Also, if you're on last gen, you won't have first person. So I mean, some of these may not work on last gen, but yeah, that's it. Let me know if you'd like to see anything else for my character stats. I mean, or my settings, not my stats. I went through pretty much everything. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. So yeah, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what you think first person auto level camera is, because I know that's a new thing. I don't know if that was whenever the game came out. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't know what this is. I don't know what the first person auto level camera is. But hope you'll enjoy. Feedback's always appreciated, and I will see you guys in the next video.